Welcome to the final edition of IE News for the fall. We have a jam-packed show in store for you. I'm Laura Mudine outside of the LAC campus, and I'll be sitting down with the coaches of the Viking basketball program as the 2008-2009 season gets into full swing. And Natasha, what do you have for us today?
Well, Laura, today we have a special treat. I will be co-hosting IE News from backstage in the control room where we make all this happen. And I will introduce you to the faculty advisor, Mr. Bob Hersh, who oversees this entire operation.
All that and much more on the IE News season finale.
Hi, I'm Natasha Smith, and I'm here with Mr. Bob Hersh. He's the man behind this entire operation, and he's finally decided to sit down and talk with us today. Good evening, Mr. Hersh.
Hey there, Natasha. How you doing?
Good. You have a background that's quite noteworthy, but you often don't share it with students. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, yeah. But I've done a lot of stuff for ABC Sports and ABC News. Directed a lot of talk shows. Back in the ABC News days, I directed Nightline, and This Week with David Brinkley, just to give you an example. On the sports side, I've directed college football for ABC Sports, Wide World of Sports, a couple of Olympic Games. And then I decided to do something a little bit more different. Got into talk shows. I directed the Geraldo talk show for about 5 years.
Okay.
I was there when Geraldo broke his nose by the skinheads.
Oh my, you got to see that actually?
I got to see that actually,
oh, wow.
Yeah. I was behind a glass wall. I was very well protected.
Okay.
So that was a good thing.
Okay.
Then I directed Montel Williams for many seasons. And a bunch of game shows and other talk shows, variety shows, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so, you know, I've done some stuff.
When you came aboard with the TV program, did you see that there were any things that you needed to implement? Did you change anything? What new did you bring to the table?
We're probably the only college, certainly on the West Coast and maybe nationally, that has their own jib, which is great. And when I came here, I just decided to upgrade some of the other equipment to get it more par with what you would be used to in Hollywood. For example, besides the jib, we have 3 hardline cameras in our news studio. We have a pretty big studio, you know, larger than a lot of other colleges. We have a brand new video switcher that is really state-of-the-art, the same video switcher that you'd see at Fox Sports. So students get to use all this really cool equipment that's really similar, or in some cases exactly like the equipment that they're going to use out in the real world. We have some HD cameras. In fact, we don't see those HD cameras now, but the one that's shooting me is an HD camera. The one that is shooting you is an HD camera. And, you know, those are cameras that are really, truly state-of-the-art. So students can learn how to use all this really cool equipment. They can learn how to edit their own projects on a computer with state-of-the-art software. So we've got all the tools that you're going to need to get a really cool job in this wacky entertainment business.
Okay. So what about this class, the RTV 36 class that you teach? Is it actually produced by the students?
Everything's done by the students. Camera people are students, audio mixers are students. The interviewers and anchors like yourself are students, which is really great. Everybody behind the cameras that are shooting this particular interview are all students. The lights on you and the lights on me were put up by students. So yeah, everything is done by students.
Okay.
Which makes my job easy. I just kind of show up and have a good time with everybody.
Okay, that's the technical equipment. How much creative freedom do students have if they want to report something, to write a story, or to do interviews outside of the faculty here at Long Beach?
They've got a lot of freedom. For example, what have you done this semester in terms of that kind of thing?
Well,
what kind of freedom have you experienced?
Well, I had the opportunity to do a nursing special. It was my own package that I did, and you helped me critique it. Well, it was mine, actually.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Okay.
That's freedom. I mean, the students come up, and especially in the news program, they come up with their own ideas, and I give them guidance in terms of maybe how to help tell that story. But the students write it, the students produce it, the students direct it, the students act as the camera people on there, as the audio engineer, all the technical stuff and all of the creative side. It's all student driven.
Do you have any more student success stories from this semester or the last semester?
Well, I'll tell you, last semester is probably the most recent. I mean, we've got kids working at many radio stations around the LA area, from KISS FM to 97.1. We've got students working at Paramount. The most recent success story, though, I think would be Lily Nuno. Lily took 2 or 3 courses last semester. She worked as an intern on the Academy Awards, wow, which was very cool. Yep, I worked on the Academy Awards last year and I brought her in as an intern. And she now is working at Fox 11 News, has a full-time job at Fox 11 News. So she loves it because she was in the news class and she wanted to get into the creative part of producing, so she's well on her way. Yeah, she's a PA now at Fox 11 News.
Okay, and those of our audience that don't know what a PA is?
Production assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like an entry-level job, which we train students to get here, and that's what she's doing, and she's going to work her way up. I'm sure she'll be a producer in no time.
Okay. What can we look forward to next semester? More of the same, or do you intend to broaden this any further?
Well, in terms of courses, yeah, we're always broadening. I mean, we're going to buy 3 more DV cameras, but really, the next step in terms of DV and becoming HD and all those kinds of cool things are tapeless formats, which I don't want to get too technical in this interview, but instead of storing your images on a piece of videotape, you'll be able to store it on an actual computer chip. And that's really the direction that the industry is going in terms of news, for shows like Inside Edition and for shows like 60 Minutes, where there's a news photographer going out and shooting stories every day. So our new tapeless format will be these Panasonic P2 cameras. So we're really excited about that. And these are really high-end, real video cameras that, again, are just like the ones that you're going to use on the outside. On the outside. Sounds like somebody getting out of jail. The real cameras that people are going to use in the real world of television production. And again, all the equipment we buy is top-notch, industry standard type stuff. So when you're learning the cameras that are shooting me now and the cameras that are shooting you, those are cameras pretty much like you're going to use, shooting in Hollywood.